there's a term that's flying around now, and I say it's a term that's loosely flying around, and actually it's two terms: the term diversity and ergonomics. I guess this is a new wave in the workforce. One of the conversations we had a few days ago was about the myth of representation matter in the workforce. What I want to know is, what does that do to us as Black professionals?
Ooh-wee. You surely are hitting the nail on the head with this one. Let me tell you, we are all so excited for our new president and our vice president. The thing about it, too, is that I'm going to go right on into this because, and I'm sure it's going to be a little backlash, but I'm only speaking truth, not what I believe. Mm-hmm. This is truth because history repeats itself.
Absolutely.
So the myth around representation matters is a symbolic mechanism for Black folks. And see, we can't be settling for symbolism because our lives are at stake, right? And so what we do now is, since we've bought into symbolism with our last president, Obama, now we have this whole myth because they're like, well, hey, they loved Obama. Let's do that again. And that'll be the reparations. And no, we need more. Mm-hmm. And so now you look into the workplace because the politics is spilled into the workforce. You have all these companies receiving these federal funding to hire Blacks, to promote Blacks. This is, please, this is not, we finally realized that Black folk are qualified. No, this is, we are part of the whole Representation Matters movement. We're going to still get some tax write-offs and federal funding, and we're going to hire and put as many Blacks as we can under these federal dollars.
Oh, wow.
What that does to us as a people is it gets us excited because we're like, yeah, I'm applied to this company because the lady is a Black lady. But what you don't understand is she's not an owner of that company. Mm-hmm. She can't hold any of her white counterparts accountable for the things that they do, primarily without backlash. And, she does not dictate the final decision. Mm-hmm. So what that does is that allows for the white dominance in the workplace to go through the Black folk to do the mending and the undermining. And it also creates an avenue to bring in more LGBTQIA and white women into the workplace. Mm-hmm. Now, it's funny how we have all this representation and yet Blacks are still still unemployed. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't look at beliefs. I look at the numbers. I follow trends and I follow data. Mm-hmm. And the numbers are still there. So what does that mean for us? I tell people this: don't get all excited when you see Black folk in the workplace in high positions. Just kudos to them. But understand that their livelihood, they're not going to put their livelihood at risk for you.
Facts.
Okay? They're there to get a check. They have to take care of their families just like you do. Mm-hmm. So that means that, one, it may come a point in time where the competition gets fierce. And don't be surprised if the white dominants pin you against each other because they like to see that in the workplace. Mm-hmm. They'll pin you against each other, and then this becomes combative and then all hell breaks loose, right? But the myth behind this whole representation matters is a money scheme. Mm-hmm. It is a way for these employers to funnel federal funding to their businesses through grants, and through other initiatives to hire Blacks, and what they'll do is say, well, we have 2 Blacks in leadership and we have one Black director and we're going to make the rest of these folks LGBTQIA because, they're being discriminated too. Mm-hmm. And the Black problem is their problem too. Hmm. And so primarily, we get, a lot of, other ethnic groups. And I have to throw in the LGBTQIA, and I have friends in all these places. Mm-hmm. This is no dig to them, but this is what society does to us as Blacks is They make us carry the load and baggage of everyone else.
That's true.
And we have to fix everyone else's problems before we get to our own.
Yep. And
so when it comes to the workplace, we are still the only ones with the baggage. And no one is talking about this. And I'm like, we still have the debt in America that no one wants to address. Not all of us got scholarships to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for scholarships, but I didn't get them.
Yep.
So the thing about it is that, that's why I myself go so hard for us as Black professionals. I love Black people. And I don't care how wrong, how undermining we can be to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that we are all we have.
Yep.
And until we figure this out, we're not going to make it. We're not going to get to the place that we need to be to compete at the level of other nationalities coming into the United States. We're just not going to get there.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we have to do in order to change that is stop falling for the symbolism and look behind the symbolism. Start asking these questions like, why a Kamala and not, someone who's been, born and raised 500 generations here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Why an Obama? Why not someone who is a descendant of a Malcolm X or a Marcus Garvey?
Yeah.
Why you have to ask yourself, like, why are these things taking place? And I think once we start engaging in why, then we can really start defining the solution. But the myth behind the representation matters is money. It is not because white people all of a sudden think that you Black people are so great that you deserve now a chance to having a fair chance at a job, and you can finally be equal to white women and men in the workplace. No, because still, even through this representation matters, they are still highlighting women, and yet the Black men have yet to have had a chance at representation. They still don't have it.
Yes, ma'am.
And having a Black woman around as representation doesn't do anything for us at all. It's a hindrance. And until we understand that we have to work together collectively with the Black man, then, we're still going to be left behind. But that's, I could get into that topic all day long.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
we don't have that much time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But, I'm still giving you a cheer for that over there. That was excellent. Absolutely. Absolutely, Miss Ashley. But like you said, we could go on for days. But with that being said, it's about that time. I really do appreciate you for stopping by and chat with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for listening. Once again, it's your main man, Swayze Sway. It's the Sway Show. Miss Ashley Hill, one more time, y'all. You gotta give it to her.
Thanks so much for having me.